Good morning YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to have a look at my Nepenthes, do a little update on them. I've been getting a lot of requests for Nepenthes updates, so I sort of moved some stuff around and we're just going to start with our clockwise tour and see how it goes. I've opened up the Highland Chamber and the Lowland Chamber so we can get a peek in there and have a look at those ones. Nothing's really where it normally sits. I brought some stuff out and it's just in trays here to show you guys. Beautiful sunny day here in British Columbia. Shade cloth is up in pretty much all directions there. But why don't we get started? So let's head over to the Lowland Chamber first, just because it's there and looking good and bright in the sun there. So Rafflesiana's got some nice pictures on it. It's a big plant. There's the pot, and it goes up to 2 feet tall anyways. Lots of new pictures coming out on it. This is normally closed with plastic, so it catches the extra rays of sun, plus the light bulbs up there heated up in there, and it gives it that extra boost it needs. Gets it up to 35 or so Celsius in the daytime. Put the little Maxima seedlings in there because I thought they were growing pretty slow. Ampullaria is doing really well actually. It's got nice monster pictures on it now, for Ampullaria anyways. So coming up nicely. Doing really good. The stalk is getting thick. My bical is awesome. Loving that. Doing really nicely in here. You can see the fogger, which is a lot more effective when the door is closed. Clipeda. A couple hybrids in there as well. Cognac, I think it's called. And this is a Hirsuta cross spatulata. I have two of these plants. So one's I'm growing Highland, one I'm growing Lowland. The truncata's in the big pot there. It's got a few pictures that are starting to become a good size. There's one at the very back there. I would still call them juvenile pictures, but anyways, so that's the Lowland Chamber. These two main lights, they go off in the daytime, and now because it's so hot here, that's just to kind of get it warmed up for the morning. And then the ultraviolet, or the black light, sorry, not ultraviolet. It's really early. They stay on all the time and gives it that little extra boost even at nighttime. Makes it easy to heat. Okay, so that's the Lowland Chamber. Let's go over to the Ultra Highland Chamber here. Excuse the squeaky freezer. The Veloses are doing really well. That guy's just growing in leaps and bounds. Love him. He's so awesome. There's my one Tambucan. The rest are all Kinnabaloo. So they're all coming along nicely though. That one I recently transplanted. It was in the pot of 4 here, right there. So I moved him over successfully to his own pot because he was growing faster than the rest. I see there's this guy here that's doing really well too compared to the others. Hitting the edge of the pot. I might transplant him sooner rather than later anyways, since they're starting to touch each other. 2 in that pot. But yeah, really loving this guy. So this freezer here gets lots of natural light, and those lights are just sort of to supplement it for the morning and the evening to give it the extra light that it needs. Temperature in there currently is 60 degrees. So it gets a daytime high of about 70 and a nighttime low of 47. I know I said the other one in Celsius and now I'm in Fahrenheit, but I work in both. There's the Lowland Chamber currently. It's 87 degrees, set to 98 before it cools. And yeah, so then we just have the Highland Greenhouse here, which currently is 69 degrees because it's early, or 21. And we'll just sort of go around with this. Veranda is doing really well. It's in a good pot. I had to put it in a tray down there as well. It was just sucking up too much water. Lots and lots of pictures down here. Just handfuls of pictures. More coming all the time. So it goes up and up and up, and then it splits. The leaves get a little bit yellower as it gets higher and more light. There's a nice upper that just opened. Looking really nice. Another upper that's just about to open. This vine's a little bit smaller, but I see stuff is happening here as well. A few little uppers there. While we're here, this is my Glandulifera cross Boschiana. I think that's what it is. Yep. And it is awesome. It's turning into one of my favorite hybrids. I don't know why, but it is. You can see like the glands from the glandulifera on the stem and everything like that. And yeah, it's growing in leaps and bounds. So that's nice. Hamada cross Platychilla it's doing pretty good. I'm not super impressed with the pictures on it, but it's got a bit of an hourglass figure and a bit of a wide peristome. You can kind of see the both adults. This is the latest picture, so it's quite hourglassy and quite a wide peristome to it. Some seedlings. What else? So this tray here, we got our Mira. We got our Ventricosa cross Hamada cuttings, which I made a video on, and they are starting to grow. There's a tip. Diania Paleta, nice little picture on that one down there. Dubia, a very colorful plant. Really like it. Looking forward to getting bigger. Sergioensis, couple good pictures on that now. Leonardoi, couple nice little plants there, starting to really take off now. Intermis, another intermis here. This one's got an intermediate picture, I guess. It's definitely not juvenile as they used to be. Aristolochoides, they're slow. That's all I'll say about them. They're pretty slow. Some nice pictures on them though, but they're teeny tiny. Platychilla, coming along nicely. Hasn't had a picture for a while. This one's starting to inflate. By a while I mean a month or so. Veitchii, some Jamban seedlings. What do we got here? Gemmophora, Flava seedlings, Niagara seedlings, coming along nicely. There's more seedlings down below there, but I won't really get into all of those guys. Diatis, he's back there behind the bromeliad. Looking good. I love the nice red pictures to him. Very toothy for his size. I can't quite get him unstuck to show you, but you get the idea. There's his pictures. I love how red he is. He's redder than most that I've seen for clones anyways. What else do we have here? Singulana, I just repotted. It's got like weird growth to it. The pictures are always kind of angled funny, and I noticed the tops are just, the leaves just don't look right. It's a very hard plant too, very dense. I don't know what's up with him, but I thought it could be a lack of water. He was in a small pot, and he was really sucking it dry, so I couldn't keep up with watering him. So now he's in a bigger pot. Ventricosa, awesome lowers, awesome uppers. I love this plant. So good size pictures on that guy. Lots of uppers up here, new ones just forming. Lots of them just doing their thing up there. What else? I moved the Sanguinea down back there. A picture's coming up here. I see another one's opening here. They're actually all over. There's another one. What else? It's starting to vine, so that's kind of nice. It's really taking off. I had to lower it down because it was getting really bright and the leaves were turning kind of red. What do we got? This guy is my Sibuensis. A couple nice pictures down there on him. I cannot get an upper picture to save my life. Don't know why. It's the main stalk. It's nice and humid in here. This thing I have on purpose sitting right beside the hydrofogger, and it's still not getting pictures. It does have a flower spike on it. So I pollinated the only other thing I had, which was Ventrata. So we got a successful Ventrata cross Sibuensis cross happening. Ventrata's at the back there. The thinner vines, you can see a picture there. It's not picturing very well since it's in flower, I guess. Burbigiae Edwardsiana. Last year's pictures have all faded and it's just starting to get this year's crop. So there's the first. And there's a few more coming on it, so that's nice. Spectabilis, I lost all the upper pictures, they just kind of all went at once, so hopefully some new ones will come back on it. Same with the lowers, really, way down here. This plant's about 6 feet tall. So I got a couple lowers that are still good, but all of a sudden they just kind of all went too. So hopefully it's just doing its thing. Macrophylla just opened another picture, so they're getting bigger. Nice and toothy. Love the plant. Doesn't want to focus on the plant. There we go. Bongso is looking great. Whoa. Don't know what I did there. Dropped the camera. Bongso is looking great. That's the latest. Very toothy. Ferociously toothy. A couple of new ones coming, so that's good there too. Big leaf jumps on it too. The two new ones that are coming are hanging out like a few inches past the other one. Ramspina with Moluensis tagging along in there. This is Glabrata. It's doing nicely. Some nice pictures on that right now. It's growing really fast for me. Jamban. Some nice pictures coming, especially from the basil shoot. That's probably my biggest there. There might be one bigger at the back, but they're all over it. What else? I'm just going to continue on this row. Jacquelineae. It's doing its Jacquelineae thing now, so that's nice. It's got kind of a wide lip to the peristome. There's two clones in here, so we got a green one as well that's a little bit behind. It's really behind because the last picture it made, which is not this one, it like opened early and kind of aborted, so now I have to wait. Tenuous, nice pictures on it. There's one there. There's an older one there. A new one is just starting there as well. Again, they have such long tendrils. I accidentally knocked the next one off, so these two should have had one in between them, but don't. Lamii. He's picturing. He's doing something now at least. He's got a lot of little pictures on there. Tiny little plant. I keep them very dry. I use the moss as an indicator. When the moss starts to look dry, I give it a bit of water, but don't thoroughly water it except for like to flush it once a month or so. On hot days, which is pretty much every day this lately anyways, it goes in with the velocis for the daytime, so it only gets a high of 70 or so, and then at nighttime I bring it back out and it gets a low of, the goal is 53, 55. I don't give it the cold temperatures at night like I do the velosa, but I do give it the cool temperatures in the daytime. Seems to be working. Mikey eye back there, he's looking pretty good. They're all getting, I just put the shade cloth up for the year, so they all have like really red leaves on them. This one is my Dorman's top number 2. That is one of the original leaves. It came in big but soft, so it's had to regrow a bunch, and the leaves were smaller, but it's got 3-4 pitches on it now. My Azume seedlings coming along nicely. They're big enough to feed now, which makes it a little bit better. Let's just go back over here. My Rub Cantlii. Can't say enough about this plant. There is the latest picture on it, and this guy like just popped this morning, so he's going to be much bigger. From the leaf jump there, much bigger. Lavicola. Spatulata's latest picture there. Phasiliana. If it'll focus. Not really wanting to focus on that guy. There's a decent shot of him. Lowy eyes. The pictures don't seem to last for me. I always have like 1 or 2 per plant, but not tons. I brought this guy down too. This is a Veitchii cross Platychilla. I'm liking this one now. This was the last picture it made. It's very hourglassy and got a good flared peristome to it. This one just opened yesterday, maybe the day before. So it's but yeah, I'm giving this guy a little bit more attention than I used to. Down here in Hamadaville, the red hairy hamadas are doing good. You can see them getting some natural light right now. They're on the second row because I don't keep them nearly as bright as some of them. But he's gaining some size to him, especially compared to what he was. Gaining some size to the second one as well. You can see the leaf jumps are coming out over the old pictures there, so that's great. Hamada Catapasa. Last year's pictures were much blacker, much darker than this year. Regular Hamada with no pictures. A few of my original ones, they're looking pretty good. Some good sized pictures to them. I don't know if I can get to one. There we go. That's a nice picture there. I repotted one of them into a bigger pot. These guys, again, they were just like the Singolana, just totally drying out really fast, which was, I think, screwing up my picture production. And I'll swing you over this way here to the trays. Lingulatas. This one's just fresh popped. I don't see any ling in the lingulatas yet, but hopefully soon. They seem to pop a little bit small, but it's a smaller plant. So anyways, hopefully that's not too bright of sunshine for you. Berbigies, good leaf jumps on them. Another glabrata. This one's smaller, but actually producing uppers already. Pitapangii, doing really well. He was hanging for the winter, but I found didn't need that much light, so early on in the springtime he went a little bit lower. Another little Mikei. Densiflora. There's a Densiflora picture. Looks like he's almost on his way out, but there's another one starting there. Cercelia. There's a picture that's handy. There's a picture there. Vigorous little clone. Really like it. Tentaculata. Alright, I'm going to sit down for this one since the chair is right here. Oh, maybe it'll make the camera steadier. Here is an Edwardsiana. Good leaf jumps on it. This is a 4-inch pot, so it's not there yet, but getting there. Raja. Edwardsiana. Attenburyi. Trusmoniensis. This one was hanging till very recently. You can definitely take highlight. Good picture jumps coming up hopefully. Iphaoides, I don't know how you say that one. It's always been tiny. Paluanensis. Niagara. I lost my main Niagara plant. This was just like a little snipping it had that coincidentally I took off the plant just before it died. Well, not just before, that's not true. I took it off like when I got it, but the original plant only lasted 3 weeks. Titaliensis, Glandulifera, Moluensis, Rob Cantley cross Hamada, one of my few crosses. Ephipiata, and McFarlanei. Nice white pictures on that one. Doing really good. But anyways, that is an update on my Nepenthes. A 20-minute update on my Nepenthes. So we'll leave it there for now. I think that's covered everything. I hope you like this video. If you want to see more updates like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.